Hey everyone! So part of my meal prep week to get ready for the holidays and all the hustle and bustle, I want to get a few things done ahead of time. So today we're going to be tackling the wintry mushroom soup. It's so easy and delicious. And the other soup that we're going to make is the Aztec tortilla soup. Both of these come in the 3 weeks of easy dinners. So if you haven't seen that collection, please check it out. It is fantastic. It'll help you with the holidays and just have all your meals easy, ready to go. You won't have to worry about them. So we're gonna start with our mushroom soup. I'm gonna be cooking it in our wok, which is an amazing item. Great for getting half off by hosting a class. So let me know if the wok's on your list. We can easily schedule you a class for the new year and you can get yourself one of these lovely woks. So first thing we're gonna do is in a large bowl, this is my 4-cup prep bowl, we're going to be mixing the seasoning with some milk. Milk of your choice. It could be oat milk, cashew milk, soy, or regular cow's milk, which is what I'll be using today. Don't use any of that stuff. So just pour that in our cup prep bowl. These prep bowls come with silicone lids. So they're called prep bowls because you can get everything ready ahead of time and then just simply put the lid on and save it for when you get home. So you could pre-mix this and all you have to do is put in your sliced mushrooms and this and you'll be done. All right, I need to measure out the amount of milk. I believe it's 3.5 cups. Correct, 3.5 cups. If you want a bit of a thicker soup, you're gonna add a little less liquid, or if you wanna use your mushroom soup as a sauce, over top of some chicken or some steak. Oh, I do have a new bag of milk here. There we go. So we need 3.5. I only have this one little single cup measuring, so I'm gonna have to do this 3 times. 1. I could have grabbed my larger one, but I didn't. 2. Now, being that this is a 4-cup prep bowl, I know I'll have room. 3, and this milk, and a half. There we go. There we are. My husband loves mushroom soup. It's one of his favorites. I know you couldn't see me mixing that, but look how full that is. And so I'm gonna put it right here, gently so I don't spill, of course. Mix it up with our mini whisk. And then we're just gonna let that sit and rehydrate. So all of the dehydrated mushrooms and the wonderful flavors and spices in there will rehydrate and they'll all come out. So while that's resting, we're going to get our mushrooms ready. So we just need to heat up some butter or oil in our wok and add the mushrooms. So I think I'm gonna add some butter today. We're gonna go buttery delicious. Okay. So it says about 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna just kind of eyeball it, about that much. This is our 3-in-1 spatula. So it's got that corner, helps you scrape things outside of jars. Let's get our stove on and get that butter melted. And then we can add our mushrooms once it's all melted. And we are starting to melt. Fantastic. So I'm gonna add my sliced mushrooms. I wanted to keep this easy for myself, so I just bought pre-sliced mushrooms. You could have your own mushrooms and slice them up yourself. Have that done maybe the night before or the morning before you're going to need this to help make it easier on yourself. But buying pre-sliced mushrooms, just that one step that I don't need to do when you've got kids, you've got Christmas shopping, you've got wrapping to do, whatever else is going on in your house. Of course, everybody's busy this time of year. So anything to make it simple and easy, right? And that's what Epicure is all about, keeping things simple, easy, fast, and delicious. So I'm gonna let these cook down for a few minutes, and then we're gonna add our sauce and let it simmer, and that's it. So while that's going, we're gonna get going on our Aztec tortilla soup. So I need to get 5 cups of boiling water. So I'm gonna fill up my 12 cup prep bowl to 5 cups. So you can see that there's measurements inside on both sides for left and right-handed people. I'm gonna fill it up approximately 5 cups, which is halfway between 4 and 6. All right, actually gonna put that one over here and just get that up to a boil. Perfect. Let's check on our mushrooms. And let that cook down just a little bit more. And then we'll pour in our seasoning mixture. Okay. So I have to combine my seasoning with that water. So I had it out in my prep bowl. Obviously 5 cups is too much for that, so we're gonna do it all in the pot. So just put my mixture in the water and we're gonna let that boil. We're also gonna be adding 1 can of crushed tomatoes and 1 19-ounce can of black beans, which I have here. I have drained them already. They're in our collapsible strainer, which holds 8 cups. So you can see that's a 19-ounce can. You could fit a whole other can in there. There'd still be room for more. The strainer just collapses down into a halfway or all the way nice and flat to help store it. Perfect for trailer or cottage or just small kitchens with very limited storage space. This little strainer can do so many things. All right, these mushrooms are good. I'm gonna add our seasoning mixture. And got my spatulas. Oh, that one, the other guy. My spatula, and we're just going to put everything in there. I don't want to miss out on any of the flavors, so I like to scrape the bowl, make sure everything gets in there. There we go. And we just simply let that simmer, and that's pretty easy. So that one's all done. Set that aside. I'm gonna put this back on my back burner here to do the simmering. And then I'm gonna bring my other soup up forward. Beauty of a gas range is instant heat. I can move things around and they would still continue to cook at the same rate. I absolutely love it. All right, so that is getting close to boiling. So the next instructions, and I always check my instructions, which are on the back of our packages. So it's super easy to follow the instructions, or you can simply go on epicure.com, search the item you have. If you have the Aztec tortilla soup and you don't want to make soup with it, check it out on our recipe guides, and you can, our recipe tab, pardon me, and you will have a few more recipes that you could try using this. So many different ways to use the spices, not just the one recipe on the back here, but I am going to refer to it. Cover and bring to a boil, and then we're going to stir in 1 can of crushed tomatoes and black beans, and then ½ cup of frozen corn. Let me open this. Where is my can opener? There it is. If you hear any background noise, my kids are off school and we're also doing construction. So there are people in my basement making it beautiful, but before it gets beautiful, it gets a lot messy. Okay, one of those. We got our beans, our can. There we go. All right, almost at a boil, but you know what? I'm just gonna throw everything in there now because when you're busy and you have other things to do, you just wanna let it go. So we're gonna add everything now. It's almost at a boil. There we are. You could use diced tomatoes too. If you didn't have crushed tomatoes and you didn't feel like going out to the store to grab one specific item, then you could easily just use diced tomatoes and you'll have chunks of tomato in your soup instead of more of a creamy tomato base. Even tomato sauce, lots of different options if you didn't have what the recipe calls for. Epicure is so versatile and customizable. If you don't want to use crushed tomatoes, diced tomatoes it is. right? Or if you didn't want to use black beans and you wanted to make this meat-based, you could add ground beef to it, or ground turkey, or even some ground soy. And we're gonna put our beans in there. Love how flexible this is. Kind of angle it into a spout and everything pours right in. Beautiful. And my half a cup of corn, which I've got over here. Kind of cut that open. Frozen corn. Where's my little measuring cup that I had with milk in it? Oh well. And again, if you're not a fan of corn, add something else. Maybe some carrots. Uh-oh, come on out there, bud. Frozen corn hits milk and instantly sticks to the bottom. There we go. And I'm just gonna let this simmer. So it is at the 10 cups. So this is a full 10 cups of soup. You're going to have lunches for the whole week, or even make it a dinner and pair it with a salad. So everything here is going to simmer, and I'll show you what the end result is. So I am back and going to show you how everything turned out. So first, the mushroom soup. Here, I'm going to give you a little bit of a look of that. So it's nice and fragrant, delicious. Now let me just turn these off. So they were simmering for about 10 minutes with the lids off. The only thing I did differently than the recipe was for the Azteca tortilla soup, I added a little bit of chili flakes and garlic. It just needed a little more spice for me, a little bit more punch to it. So that's what I've done. This is a great one to add to any soups, sandwiches, salads, sauces, a little extra heat and a little extra flavor. So let's see how these look. And we've got our amazing silicone utensils. They come as a set of 5. They have been on back order for so long and they are now back. So you get, whoops, you get the ladle, the saute spoon, which is a favorite, the flipper. So all of this silicone is not going to damage any of your cookware, especially our ceramic wok, stainless steel pots. You also get tongs. And what am I missing? Hold on. Oh, that's what I'm missing. My spatula. I've got one in a new package. There's the spatula. So that's the 5 that you get in the set. But right now we're going to be focusing on our ladle. So it is a steel handle, but not all the way to the edge. So you can see it's flexible around the edges so that you can easily scoop. We're going to get our soup, which my husband is going to have for lunch because he loves mushroom soup, as I said. And if you feel free to add to the recipe if you wanted different types of mushrooms, or add a little bit of chives in there. All right, there we go. So there's our mushroom soup. I'll take some photos as well and add them. And then I'm going to rinse off my ladle so that I can show off the other soup. Great thing about having silicone tools, they clean so nicely. So just rinse it underwater, nothing sticks to it, and you're not transferring any of that cream soup into our tomato soup. So this will be my lunch today. I'm going to be adding some cheddar cheese, a little bit of sour cream, and maybe even have it with guacamole and tortilla chips on the side. So delicious. So that's it, everybody. You've got 2 delicious soups made in under 15 minutes. And by making them at the same time, I've just saved myself another day to make lunch. And these will probably last us 2, maybe 3 days. One less thing to worry about with a week full of busyness that I'm sure everyone else can appreciate. So pick up the 3 weeks of easy dinners and help yourself out for the rest of the break or into January. You won't have to worry about a meal. It'll be right there ready for you. And please reach out to me if you are interested in learning more about hosting a cooking class and maybe getting some of these items for free or half off, or even joining me in business and getting to cook food to feed your family and make money at the same time. So reach out to me, ask me anything. I'm always here. Have a great afternoon.